So, I mean, God, I'm hearing the talking heads, this morning on Fox News talking about this democracy. That's when 51% of the people look at the other 49% and say, you know what, you're useless eaters. You don't have any rights. Hey, if 51% of us say that you people should be marched out in the field and shot, guess what happens? You get marched out in the field and shot. And it's not the rule of law, it's mobocracy.
Well, I guess it proves Goebbels' point. Repeat a lie often enough, and lo and behold, at some point in time, the general populace will believe it. And the only time Americans ever come in contact with the term Republican a form of government, I guess, is in the national anthem. Outside of that, America is always referred to as a democracy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take.
And that was. It's a grudge that I have, and we can thank a conservative Republican Supreme Court Justice Earl Warren for giving us democracy. With and a lot of people will argue, at other times in the past, but that was when the world was introduced to one man, one vote.
Well, I just refer back to the guys that, the stodgy old wig-wearing farts that started this country. They've been derided and called deist and this, that, and the other. Well, unless we had a better band of people that constructed our form of government, well, then I'll just go with the people that did it in the first place. This is what Madison said. He says, refine and enlarge the public views by passing them through the medium of a chosen body of citizens whose wisdom may best discern the true interest of their country and whose patriotism and love of justice will be least likely to sacrifice it to temporary or partial considerations. Under such regulation, it may well happen that the public voice pronounced by the representatives of the people will be more consonant to the public good than if they pronounced by the people themselves. And he went on to say, there are particular moments in public affairs when the people, stimulated by some irregular passion or some illicit advantage or misled by the artful misrepresentations of interested men, may call themselves, which they themselves will afterwards be most ready to lament and condemn. He said, in these critical moments, how salutary will be the interference of some temperate and respectable body of citizens in order to check the misguided career and to suspend a blow mediated by the people. And it goes on to talk about democracy. The Constitution was never intended to be a democracy. This is in the Pledge of Allegiance. Does it say, I pledge allegiance, blah, 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 to this republic or to the democracy for which it stands? And here's the deal. And this is the federal government's job. Hello? It is... The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government. Period. A republic. Republican. We're going to go on to our demise, gentlemen, because people in this country don't even know what the hell kind of government we're supposed to have.
I'm sure Jay Leno is going to have a bit on that at some date in the future.
Oh, he...
Did you see that latest... Jay Leno tape when he goes around and asks people questions and throughout the country?
Yep. I mean, it's embarrassing.
The ignorance of the American public is absolutely overwhelming.
And I hate to say this, it's on display at many of those town halls across the country.
Well,
I mean, these people don't even know what they're upset about.
Well, they don't, and you're absolutely right, Robbie. You are absolutely, positively, give that man an RBN mug.
Thank you. My other one broke about a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll send you some.
I thought it was durable.
No, I'll send him the kid, the plastic version. He can't break that one. We'll break, folks. 800-313-9443. We'll get on some more serious matters here in a few moments. We are back. Let's go to, and let's not leave this gentleman holding, Paul in Australia. Hello, Paul.
Hey. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. How you doing?
Good. What's on your mind?
What isn't on my mind should be the question, I suppose, hey? But, yes, I enjoy listening to your show all the time. I listen to it every single morning because in Australia, it's in the morning time when your show's on, so you're the very first program that I listen to in the morning.
Well, but did you know, Paul, that you can sign up for the archives for $1.33 a month and you can listen?
That is cheap. That is so cheap.
Yes, it is.
That is. I mean, that's actually next to nothing, really, because, I mean, some programs are like, you know, $7, $10, even $20.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
It is. It's wonderful. I love RBN. RBN is my favorite networking radio station, and I'm not even plugging it. I'm saying what is, simply what is. And I mean, I'll get to my question and point in a moment, but I do. I am a fan of RBN, let alone a loyal listener, most certainly. And your guest that you've got on right now, how he's got his show on after yours. Is he there?
Yeah, Robbie?
Robbie?
Robbie,
Hey,
talk
Paul.
to my friend down in Australia.
How you doing, Paul? Where are you on the
Very
Gold?
good, Rob.
Are you on the Gold Coast?
I wish, Rob. I wish.
Oh, okay. I got
Beachfront
someone.
property.
I got someone from Snapper Rocks that listens to the show on a regular basis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm fretting for America, Rob, and John. I'm fretting so much because America, the beautiful land. You know, that's why I listen to the show even because it's. You know, America, they say, oh, it's judged by God, rah, 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 but it really isn't. It's the folly of man, you know?
Yeah.
The greedy politicians stealing everyone's hard-earned pennies, you know?
Well, and Paul, how many times you heard me say this on this program? You know, I mean, it's fine to pray, but whistle while you work. Roll up your sleeves, go to work. You see everything falling apart around you. You see all the evildoers doing their dirty deeds.
Yeah.
If all the Christians stood up in this country and said, you know what, I'll let God take care of my immortal soul after I leave this earth, but for right now it's time to tend the garden.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the way of Cain, you know, it's like he says, oh, just let God be my brother's keeper. It's like, no, it shouldn't be like that. It's kind of like with the politicians and the prime ministers and the presidents. You know, it's like the way of Cain all over again. You know, it's like, oh, let God be my brother's keeper. Nah. I'm not going to worry about it, you know?
Yeah.
It should be all our responsibilities, certainly.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Paul?
Yes. My main point is, I remember when you got arrested the other, not too long ago, and how you were talking about how with the officer lady's eyes, about how they look very, very, like, soulless, basically, you know?
Yeah.
And it's stuck in my mind when you said that because I've experienced that as well. When you look into somebody's eyes and you can tell a person's character and spirituality, let alone by their eyes. When you look into their eyes, because when you said that, it hit home with me because I've looked into people's eyes and literally they're just black.
Yeah.
I mean, literally black, and it's frightening. So I remember when you said about you're not afraid of the police officers, and rightfully so. Because they're meant to be to serve and protect. We aren't meant to fear the police, nor should they police us in the sense of control. I mean, in a sense of dictatorship. And I'm sorry for going on to a tangent. But when you said, but you know what? When you look into her eyes, and I've experienced the same thing. It's like, you know, I don't fear anyone. You know, but when you look into certain people's eyes, you think, "Oh my God, I'm scared." You know.
Well, and you know what?
Black eyes.
At that point in time, depending on the circumstance and who you're dealing with, you may have to take an action against that person because you know they have no soul, they have no compass whatsoever, they don't have any morality, and they certainly don't have any ethics. So what do? If you can move around them and get away, fine. But if it's wearing a badge, what do?
Yeah.
You know.
I know it's scary.
Yeah.
I know because they have the authority. You know, it's like whoa, scary. But I'll let you guys go. But I just wanted to make that, and I will call again, most certainly.
Well, I
and I appreciate you very much.
Okay, well, Paul,
And,
you hang in there down under, as we
I
say.
will.
And by the way,
We will.
the marketeers up here in the States, they say that Foster Lager is the biggest selling beer in Australia. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then. They didn't lie. Thanks.
No.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
mate.
Okay.
Love you, mate. See ya.
Okay, thanks.